Yes, sir. Welcome back to episode 2 of Let's Spark the Debate. Last time we compared two NBA greats in Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. This time around we're talking sharpshooters and two of the NBA's most elite and arguably the two greatest shooters of all time. But before we get to that, I just want to remind everyone to please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's spark the debate. Introducing first, out of UCLA, Indiana Pacers legend Reggie Miller. Whether it's pushing off Jordan or taunting Spike Lee, always be ready for a show with this guy. And his opponent, the man some say saved LeBron's career. Out of UConn, Jesus Shuttlesworth himself, Ray Allen. Now let's check out these rules real quick. Time for the fun part, competition rules. Best of 5 matchup where the first of 3 points is declared the winner. The categories include physical attributes, total offense such as points and assists, total defense such as rebounds, steals, and blocks, plus minus and PER, which is player efficiency rating, and accolades such as championships and MVPs. Now let's get to the first round. Both players thrived in an era of basketball dominated by physical play, so don't let their appearance fool you. They're both dogs in their own right. Ray Allen came into the NBA without the gym-type bouts, putting countless scrubs on posters. At a peak physical fitness level, Ray Allen had defenders chasing him around screens for an entire game. I know my ass would be tired after 5 minutes. At a height of 6'5", 250 pounds, he was solid physically, which helped him survive in the NBA, playing a total of 1,300 games spanning 18 seasons. Reggie Miller was a lot more lanky than Ray Allen, looking skinny as hell, but that didn't stop him from going toe-to-toe with Jordan. Excelling in a league where you basically got beat up every game, Reggie held his own. Taller than Ray at 6'7", 185 pounds, Reggie played in a total of 1,389 games over the course of 18 seasons. I gave the first round to Ray Allen, as his playstyle, especially early on, had a much more physical element to it than Reggie. Time for some offense. If you want to know about Reggie Miller's offense, ask Spike Lee, he'll tell you. It's like Reggie made it his life's goal to torment the Knicks. Does 8 points in 9 seconds ring a bell? This man basically stole the game from the Knicks by his damn self. His stats alone are nothing to be laughed at, with 18.2 points per game for his career, while shooting basically 50% from the field and 40% from 3, while limiting his turnovers. Come on now, don't play with Reggie. The way Ray Allen's offensive game evolved over the course of his career was crazy. He went from straight dunking on fools to ripping their hearts out with deep threes at the buzzer. This included a dagger over 3 which led to the dismissal of the Spurs. The saved LeBron's legacy shot, some say, cough cough, Skip Bayless. His stats are solid, 18.9 points per game, about 50% from the field and 40% from 3, with 1 more turnover per game than Reggie. Round 2 has to go to Reggie, always the focal point of the offense throughout his career, and never had the likes of LeBron, Paul Pierce, and KG leading the way. Time to clamp up. When we talk defense, these players' names are definitely not coming up, but they are still solid defenders when given the opportunity, and are willing to sit in the chair and clamp up. Reggie spent years harassing Jordan and played pretty good defense against him. Well, he tried his best. MJ is damn near impossible to guard. He did, however, get some steals and cause him to commit multiple turnovers and throw up some bricks. He was willing to get physical and fight you if need be, never backing down from a challenger. For his career, Reggie averaged 3.0 rebounds per game and 1.1 steals. Blocks were never really his thing, averaging less than a block per game. Same goes for Ray Allen. He was never known to be a great defender, but don't tell him that. This guy matched up against the likes of MJ and Kobe and battled his ass off. In both the Celtics finals appearances, they faced off against Kobe and the Lakers, and Ray often found himself trying to lock him up, and from what I saw, he did a hell of a job. Same with Jordan, you don't really stop Kobe, but making him work for every bucket he gets is just as good. Allen forced him into multiple turnovers, bad shots, and even denying him the ball, forcing the Lakers to look elsewhere for offense. Don't sleep on this boy's defense. His stats are pretty similar to Reggie, grabbing 4 boards a game and 1.1 steals with less than a block per game. Round 3 goes to Ray Allen, whose defense contributed to Boston's title run. Although Reggie played pretty good D against Jordan, he was still whooping him. Time for some stats. Ray Allen's usage and effectiveness on the court varied a lot throughout his career, reaching his peak at 22.9 when he was still young, and was steady on the decline for the rest of his career. By the time he got to Boston, it began to drop under 15. This is primarily because he was playing with other stars at this point in his career. His PER for his career was 18.6, with a plus-minus of positive 3.8, as Boston and Miami's performance didn't fall off too much with him on the bench. His highest net plus-minus was positive 12.6. This was his first year in Boston, also their most dominant year. Reggie Miller was basically a killer in advanced stats, as his PER never dropped lower than 16 after his second year in the league. 15 is the league average. He had a streak from 92 to 99 where his PER didn't drop below 19. This is also when his usage was at its peak, controlling about 26 of his team's total usage. Him and Ray are basically neck and neck on PER, with Reggie being at 18.4 for the duration of his career. In terms of plus minus, the stat wasn't accurately counted until his 96-97 season, but I have everything after that. He peaked in plus minus with plus 10.8 twice in his career, in the 97-98 season and the 03-04 season, with a net plus minus for his career of positive 4.4. Reggie stands tall in round 4 as both his PER and plus minus remain consistent throughout his career with little to no drop off. Let's finish off with some accolades. Reggie Miller had an illustrious career with loads of accolades and all-time great numbers. He ranks 3rd all-time in three-pointers made, only behind Steph and his opponent Ray Allen. He was a 5-time NBA All-Star and made the All-NBA 3rd team once in his career. He was also a member of the 50-40-90 club, which is 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line, for those of you who didn't know. And lastly, he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on September 7, 2012. The only thing that ever eluded Reggie Miller was an NBA championship. Ray Allen's career was just as great as Reggie Miller's, loaded with accolades and unbelievable stats. Ray Allen ranks 1st overall in three-pointers made, with 2,973 total for his career. He was a 10-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA second-team selection, and 1-time All-NBA third-team selection. He was named to the All-Rookie second team, and best of all, he's a 2-time NBA champion, with Boston and Miami. Sorry, Reggie. After 5 rounds, the winner is Ray Allen. It can't be ignored the achievements that Ray has, from the 3-point ranking to the titles. Also his ability to change his game to suit whatever role he was given. Dominant throughout his career and always looking for a challenge. Thanks for getting this far into the video. I really appreciate it, as this matchup was honestly a lot tougher than the first one, as these two players are really close in both playstyle and stats. I just want to remind you to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and if you haven't seen my first video, click the link here or the one in the description. Thanks again. Peace.